Hello, hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. Surprise! This is a surprise. I don't know if you have everything filmed up to the first. I'm gonna get ready for Jack Black week, but this came out of nowhere. So, I had access to Disney Plus at my folks' place before. The remote quit working, so we didn't have it anymore. I haven't watched any of the Marvel Disney Plus shows. Nothing. Out of the blue today, stepdad comes down, puts in a new Amazon Fire Stick thing, different remote. I said thank you. So now we're able to watch Disney Plus again, so that's cool. And I didn't even think of this because my son and I watched Boy Meets World on there, and then it stopped working. I had to actually bring my season 7 DVDs to finish it off. And he's like, I told him, I said before when we were done with Boy Meets World, we watched Girl Meets World. So we went on, he goes, now we can watch Girl Meets World. I'm like, oh, you want to watch that? Yeah. And then it popped up, Zombies 3. Or we can watch that. He's like, yeah, that. Zombies 3. A movie that apparently has people up in arms over a decision that's like very, very throwaway. Like it, I don't know. Zombies 3 concludes the 3-film story of Addison and Sad and their relationship, and now it's their senior year, despite the fact it was their freshman year and the first one, but now it's their senior year. You may think, well, maybe some time has passed, but remember, at the end of the last one, something crash landed, which really, I think they did the Teen Beach 2 thing where they kind of retcon that, because now they did a thing. They said it when something landed, her hair started to glow, right? At the end of the second one. Well, here they kind of go gloss over that by saying, well, ever since the Moonstone came back into play, it's been meteor showers all the time. And I'm like, oh, but so that's their way to, the meteor landed, but her hair glowing. I feel like they decided to go a different direction and ignore that, basically. I don't know. But now, first one was about zombies and humans getting along. Second one was about zombies, humans, and werewolves getting along. And now, zombies, humans, werewolves, and aliens. And at the end, vampires and mermaids and stuff in an animated thing. I don't know. It's really weird. But yes, it's their senior year. They're about graduating and going to college. Zed wants to get into Mountain College. They're still talking to the people. And I'm gonna say right now, I called it, sort of. So I don't know if you remember from my reviews. I'm sure in one of the reviews I said there's something with the mom. I swear that's a wig that she's wearing, which it probably is. And it could be, the actress really isn't that colored hair, so. But that plays into this. So, right away, we don't even get a big musical number at the beginning before everything happens. Right away, they kind of fill us in with an animated prologue, like usual, and they get to talking, and then aliens show up. And then the first song is about aliens. And I want to say, I don't mind the songs. I'm Acceptable, Zed. That's the one that caught me. Cut my ears. It became a running joke when we were watching it. Like, Zed, but I'm Acceptable, Zed. And the people, and then other characters would be like, oh, we get it. It was a joke. At one point, my son's like, he's let me guess, Acceptable, Zed? Yes. I don't know, it just became a running joke in the movie. But yeah. Because he wants to get accepted to college, but they don't accept monsters. Monsters can't apply. But thanks to help from the aliens, I'll start with the letter A, which makes me, you think, okay, who else has a character with the letter A? The only other character with the letter A, Addison. That has to be on purpose. All the other characters, all the werewolves have W's, start with the letter W, or W's in their name. All the zombies start with or have the letter Z in their name. So all the aliens start with the letter A. So, and they cover the mom's name, but her name is Missy, but that's a nickname. Her real name is something else. But yeah, it's no surprise here that Addison is going to be revealed to be an alien. But the one thing that confused me about the trailer was the alien's hair was blue. And I was like, wait a minute. They're implying she's an alien. Why is their hair blue? I think they messed up. No, that's a plot point. Her hair being white is a plot point in the movie. So they were smart with this. I thought this was really good. I liked how they dialed down Bucky from, like, in the last two films, he was sort of an antagonistic character. Here, he's dialed down. He's still full of himself. There's a gag where they find these things. I'm gonna pretend this. So, my son called this before. He's like, well, the zombies have the Z-bands, the aliens have the necklace. The werewolves have the necklace. What the aliens gonna have? They had this little thing that, like, apparently it's kind of like Thor's hammer. You know, hard time lifting it, or only you can hold it in your hand. It doesn't weigh it down like Thor's hammer, like Mjolnir. But I don't know, kind of weird. But it's fine. It's fine. That's the thing. Even when we were getting in the car, he's like, "Wait, what did the aliens have? What do you mean? Like a thing? Yeah, zombies have the Z-bands. Werewolves have the necklace." And I thought about the thing. He's like, "Oh yeah, that. I don't know what it's called, but yeah." The music in this still pretty good, but much like the last one, I felt like they did it again. Where, like, for instance, there's a part where Zed needs to go to his interview, and this woman, and no, I love this song because it's the acceptable Zed song. The woman shows up for the interview, and they're like, "Oh, she's early, you gotta go." He's like, "Okay," and they start singing the song and getting dressed and stuff, and I'm like, hello? Didn't you just say you had to go? It's kind of, she was early, hello. But then this whole turns into a big whole parade for him with like a mechanical Zed and everything. It's kind of cool, but like, yeah, there's some times where, okay, we got to do this, and then we'll sing a song about it, and then we'll move on. It's like, no, a musical, I said this before, and like the last one, musicals need to further the story. I mean, even take Teen Beach Movie. You could say that the song Can't Stop Singing stops everything, right? But it still furthers the story because they're basically talking about what's going on, why they're moving and dancing, and what they're going to do. Same thing with another one that you could say in Teen Beach 2 that sort of stops. You gotta play the scene up on a silver screen. It's still furthering the story because it's about telling them to play their parts in the movie. But here, he's basically like, okay, she's here, we gotta go, and then sings a song. Or we gotta do this and sing a song. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. But the songs are all pretty good. I'll probably have to listen to more of them to get into them. Because I have the first two. I'm hoping they release this one on DVD and the soundtrack too, to go with the rest of them. This one went straight to Disney Plus instead of Disney Channel, which I was kind of confused by, but I still hope they release a DVD eventually, and a musical CD, so I can, have the whole collection. Oh, another thing I want to talk about is Addison's wig. So in the first one, the white hair wig, when she takes off her blonde hair wig, it looks like it could be normal hair. In the second one, it looks like a wig. This one, I think they did a bit better with it. Although there is one thing at the beginning where she has the wig in it. I'm like, oh, that looks better than the last one. And then there's a scene where she's doing the thing and like, oh, that's a different wig. Maybe they needed it for an extra shot. I don't know. But then when she becomes the alien with the blue hair, which she does, it actually doesn't look bad. They were able to blend it with her hair stuff pretty well. So, aliens are there because a scout of theirs came years ago and told them about a special place, for a perfect place for their people to be. And that they put the map in the most precious thing. And so They get there, and like, we gotta find a precious thing. They lie about it. They think it's the Moonstone, but it's not. They get zapped by the Moonstone. And then they think it's this trophy, so they have to win this cheer contest, because it is one of these zombie movies. But I called earlier, I'm like, I bet you they're doing the thing. The red herring thing, where, oh, it's the thing, but it's not. It's gonna be Addison. Because it turns out, especially when they reveal that it's Addison's grandmother. I'm like, it's the mother. And I almost said the mother. Could be someone related to her. I don't know. And then it reveals to her, I'm like, yeah, she's the most precious thing. And then they reveal that it's her. It's not the because they reveal it's the grandmother first. I'm like, oh, Addison's the most precious thing. Because grandparents, your grandchildren are the most precious, right? And then like people are talking about what about Bucky? Well, it made my son like, yeah, what about Bucky? Why isn't he an alien? I'm like, well, mostly because they say that the grandmother landed on Earth and she fell in love, much like Addison did with Zed, and then they had the mom. I'm assuming that Bucky is related from the dad's side of the family, like the married in type thing. So like by marriage, blood through the dad sort of thing, not from the mom's side. So he's human, not alien. But that would have been better. Bucky is always one against anyone that's different, right? He finds out he's the one that's different. That would be something. Even at the end, you're like, oh, if you were different, you'd hate me? No, we'd accept you. It's like, oh. But yeah, they did play him down, and I kind of like that. And of course, he's the class president. How long is he president? Doesn't the class president need change when you? I don't know. I never ran for those things, but and I do like that everyone's more accepting. I thought they were going to do it again, but the aliens show up, then there's conflict. There's a fly walking on my drink. Sorry about that. Little tiny fly. But I lost my train of thought. Stupid fly. Nope, I lost it. Give me a minute. Give me a second. I totally forgot what I was talking about. God damn. They were what? And Bucky was human. Played it down with him. He's a president. School. I don't know where I was going. You're watching this going, hey, you were talking about this. I know, but I don't know. Anyway, oh, I remember now. The conflict, right, because in the second one when the werewolf showed up, they're like, hey, we have conflict. But then when the aliens show up, I thought it was going to be another case of, oh, they're going to have problems and they're going to ban monsters again because the aliens show up. But no, there is some conflict, but it's not as big as the one before, which I liked. I didn't like how the second one is basically a rehash of the first one, but with werewolves. This one, it's aliens. And of course, Addison is ready to accept them right away. And here it means more once you find out she's an alien. You kind of already know that, though, based on the cliffhanger from the last one. So there's that. But, you know. And, yeah, so they decide, she has the map. And so they have to go find their utopia. So she has to leave. And it's all sad. And everybody sings the Someday, Someday song. And yes, I cry because I'm a wimp. There was a point that they're playing it, and there's like a goodbye thing. Everyone was singing it. Even the werewolves, for some reason, know the song. I'm like, how the werewolves know the song? And William took him a minute. He's like, that's my son's name, by the way. He's like, yeah, how do they know the song? But yeah, and then towards the end, he looks at me like, yes, I'm crying. Shut up. It was kind of sad moment. That song. It was the slow version, so and that's sort of the theme, kind of like Meant to Be was the Teen Beats movie one. They didn't really do that for High School Musical, where each one. Well, I guess We're All in This Together was in the third one too. So that also made me cry. Shut up. Get it from my mother. But yeah, and then I'm like, they're going to do the thing where, we have to go. Because I called it earlier, I'm like, Earth is the utopia. And then they left. I'm like, wait, maybe it's not. I'm like, no, they're going to do the thing where they have to come back. And then they do realize Earth is the utopia. They have this running gag that honestly doesn't run for as much as I thought it would, where Wyatt, the male werewolf, has the thing for Zoe, which was established at the end of the last one. Every time he keeps trying to tell her, though, because for some reason, the actress who plays Zoe, for some reason, was only on a computer screen. I don't know if the actress was busy or maybe had COVID during filming or something, where she couldn't leave a place. I don't know, but she's only on a computer screen for the entire movie. I don't know why. But every time he tries to tell her that he likes her, something happens until that she's hacking the alien files and seeing the mind reading things and sees that he's thinking about her all the time. So yeah, and there's other gags like Bucky's thinking about himself and Baby Ariel's character, I forget her character's name. That's what W. Willow? Winter. Winter is thinking about kitty cats. That sort of thing. So, yeah, there's that. And, yeah, so they do come back and they have a big celebration and there's one last dance. They do an animated epilogue thing, but then they do one last sing-song thing with everyone around at the power plant, which is no longer Seabrook Power, but it's something else, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, and here's what people are up in arms. So I'm in a group on Facebook called Sinister Cinema. I'm in a lot of groups. Jason Smith, Sinister Cinema Reviews, he posted that he and his daughters watched the movie, and he was checking it out on like IMDb or something, and he said people are criticizing it, and he's like, I'm paraphrasing here, he's something to the effect of, so I guess the woke message here is that you should accept people for what they are, and I'm like, that's literally the message of all these movies, and yet this is the one they get pissed about. And he's like, well, there's like a quick scene of two girls holding hands, together at the end, like, same-sex female couple, which by now should be the normal. And I know I've bitched a lot about stuff like that, but actually I've never bitched about that. It's only if they miscast someone with a different race. That's my problem. I don't care about same-sex marriage I care. I mean, I won't get pissed about it, I guess I should say. It doesn't matter to me. You want to be gay, lesbian, straight, bi. You want to be a boy? Be a boy. You want to be a girl? Be a girl. You want to be they, them? Be they, them. Be who you are. Be, as the genie in Aladdin once said, be yourself. So, it doesn't matter to me. So the fact that there's two girls holding hands, it's not even like it's a plot point. There's one little thing that maybe there's a look between them once, and then during the thing they're walking around. Sure, was there any indication that the werewolf girl is the werewolf girl and the main alien girl? Was there any indication she was that way before? No, but they didn't focus on that in the second one. So you didn't know. For all you know, she was. It doesn't matter to me. Because, representation is good. I don't think it needs to be in everything, but it was very subtle here. It was very subtle. But it should very much be the normal nowadays. We're in 2022. You gotta let go of your grudges, okay? Oh, it's woke because you have two girls holding hands. There were movies from 30 years ago, girls running around holding hands. Yes, I know it means something different now. Back then, The movie Sleepover was Alexa Vega. Are they lesbians because they're running around holding hands and stuff? No. I'm just saying, be more open-minded. All right? Like, people are up in arms over this 30-second thing on screen of them together. It's really nothing. And I'm like, because he said it was at the end, so I was watching, okay, where is it? He's like, what? I'm like, just wait. I'm like, there it is. Because when they gave him the look, I'm like, oh, is that the two girls that like each other? He's like, what? I'm like, and then they were holding hands. Oh, that's what he was talking about. And I showed my son that posted everything. He's like, that's stupid. I'm like, yeah, I know it's stupid. Especially he's growing up in this era, so he's going to be more accepting than most people who grew up in other eras. And those older people who are used to the same old things. And I'll admit that sometimes I'm like that. I don't mind if you do it. See, here's my big thing. It's not a problem, it's just a thing. I don't care. I don't mind if you are a boy and likes a boy, or a girl and likes a girl, or all that thing. I'm fine with that. I don't like it when it's flaunted in front of people's faces. Like, they have to see you. Look at us, we're so happy being gay. Or look at us, we're so happy being lesbians. Or look at us, we're a same-sex couple. I don't mind if you do it. Just don't shove it in my face all the time. That's it. That's really it. But this was handled well. I think Disney, for the most part, handles stuff like that. Especially in kids' shows like Power Rangers. Dino Fury has the Green Ranger. She's in the LGBT community. And they handle it very nice. If you handle it right, it works. It's not woke if you handle it right. You know? And I don't think there's any way you can handle it wrong unless I just don't like it being shoved down my throat. That's it. You know, I don't care like I said, I don't care if you like the same sex. Just don't flaunt it in front of me and shove it in my face. Look at us, we're gay. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm fine with it, you know? Absolutely fine. But back to the movie we're talking about. This was good. I'm going to give it a pretty good. I don't know if I have those kind of scores for these yet, but they're both pretty good. All three solid films. Yeah. I think this is like the first Disney Channel trilogy that I've been about the same quality each film. I want to say that, well, the first two High School Musical, all three High School Musical movies are of decent quality, but it doesn't really count as a Disney Channel trilogy because 3 was in theaters, and there's only 2 Teen Beats movies. I guess Descendants would be one. I do think Descendants 3 is a little much, but it's fine. Those ones. I should get those to do for December. But so, what are your thoughts on Zombies 3? No comments. Love, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one.